Jessica, a British journalist, was renowned for uncovering forgotten stories while traveling the world. This time, her journey brought her to Turkey. Rumors about an abandoned train station along the Aegean coast had piqued her interest. According to the whispers, the station harbored a long-buried secret, and the locals grew visibly uneasy whenever the subject was mentioned. Determined to uncover the truth, Jessica set out to investigate. The station, unused for years, was overgrown with ivy, and the rusty tracks disappeared into a dark forest. Preparing her camera, Jessica stepped onto the dilapidated platform. The silence inside seemed to scream that something was amiss. Inside the station's waiting room, Jessica found an old bag containing a journal. It belonged to a train conductor who had worked there years ago. The journal recounted eerie noises the conductor had heard every night and his sighting of a glowing train on the tracks one evening. The entries abruptly stopped, with the final entry dated the same day the station was shut down. Jessica decided to seek out the town's elders to learn more about the glowing train mentioned in the journal. However, none were willing to speak. One finally broke his silence, saying only, "Passengers on that train never return." Jessica's investigation unexpectedly drew attention. A French historian named Louis, a German photographer named Ingrid, an Italian writer named Marco, and a Japanese paranormal investigator named Akira joined her. Each had their own expertise, and together, they set out to uncover the station's secrets. The group discovered an old storage room beneath the station. Inside, they found an ancient map unlike any they had seen before. It depicted a tunnel starting from the station and running underground. In the corner of the map, the words, "The final journey is the end of the beginning," were inscribed. The group decided to explore the tunnel but had to spend the night at the station first. As night fell, the silence gave way to strange whispers. Jessica was certain the sounds were not caused by the wind. Ingrid, scanning the station with her camera, spotted a shadow darting across the wall. Akira suggested the shadows could be spiritual energy, while Louis tried to find a scientific explanation. That night, the group saw a faint light emanating from the tunnel but lacked the courage to investigate further. The next morning, the group ventured into the tunnel. The narrow passages were damp and dark, with parts appearing collapsed. They found old train tickets scattered on the ground, all dated the day the station had closed. Eventually, they came upon an old train car at the tunnel's end. Its doors were tightly shut, bearing the words, "No return." As Akira approached, he felt a faint vibration. Marco speculated, this train might lead to another time or dimension. When the train doors suddenly opened, a burst of light engulfed the group. They found themselves in a different place that resembled the station in its prime, yet everything was eerily silent. Beside the tracks stood passengers without faces. Jessica suspected these were the missing travelers. Louis theorized they were caught in a time loop. Ingrid took photos, but none showed any images. In the station's hall, they encountered an old man who claimed to know the station's secret. He recounted how a catastrophe had struck years ago, causing a train full of people to vanish. This station became a prison for their souls, he said. Determined to free the trapped souls, the group realized they needed to break both the train's and the station's curse. The group entered the old train car again. This time, the light transported them not to the real world but to another dimension. On the tracks, they saw a rift in time. Jessica realized they needed to close the rift. Using the map's encrypted message, Akira deciphered a way to seal the rift, but it required a sacrifice. Jessica volunteered, knowing the train needed her to move. As the train departed with the lost souls, it vanished into the void. When Louis, Ingrid, Marco, and Akira returned, they found the station completely destroyed. Jessica's sacrifice had freed the station and its lost souls, but her absence left an indelible mark on the group.